I was at dinner when my fiancé declared, "I've decided we need a prenuptial agreement. Everything stays separate." I grinned, thinking, perfect timing. Then I dropped my own news. I'd already pulled my name from the house deposit we'd recently agreed on. The look on her parents' faces when they realized their daughter was out $50,000 was unforgettable. I'm 32, a guy now, sitting in my apartment staring at boxes of wedding items that I'll never see use. And honestly, I feel lighter than ever. The past 2 weeks have been wild, and I need to vent. I've been with Claire, 30, for 3 years, engaged for 6 months. She's in fashion marketing, earning about $65,000 a year. I'm a software developer, making around $140,000. Not boasting, just setting the stage. We've been searching for a house for months. Last month, we found the ideal spot. It needed some TLC, but the structure was solid and the location was prime. The house cost $420,000. We planned to put down 20% to skip PMI, $84,000 total. Here's how we split it. I'd cover $50,000, saved up over years, and she'd contribute $34,000. Her parents were gifting her $30,000, and she had $4,000 saved. Ownership would reflect our contributions, 60 to 40 in my favor. Seemed reasonable. We signed the purchase agreement 2 weeks ago. The deposit had to be in escrow within 10 days. I sent my $50,000 right away. Claire said she was sorting out her parents' transfer. No hurry, I thought. We had time. Then came dinner at her parents' house last Sunday. Her mom, Diane, had prepared an elaborate feast. Her dad, George, poured fancy wine. I should have sensed something was brewing. Midway through the meal, Claire tapped her glass. "I've been reflecting on our future, and I've made a choice," she said. I assumed she'd share wedding venue plans. Wrong. "I think we need a prenup. Everything's separate. What's mine stays mine. What's yours stays yours. Simple and clear." I set down my fork. "All right, let's discuss it." George chimed in. "Wise move, Claire. No offense, Matt, but safeguarding assets is just smart planning." None taken. I get the idea. Claire flashed a smug smile, the one she uses when she thinks she's outsmarted someone. "I knew you'd get it. You're so practical," she said. "We keep our money separate, file taxes apart, and if heaven forbid something happens, we each walk away with what we brought." "Even the house?" I asked. "No, the house would be shared, or both on the deed. But I'm putting in $50,000 and you're putting in $34,000, right? But once we're married, it's joint property, equal split." The nerve. She wanted separation when it suited her, but equal ownership when it didn't? "Convenient timing," I said. "When did you settle on this?" "Oh, I've been mulling it over for weeks. My friend Lisa's divorce was such a mess. I want to avoid that." Weeks. She'd been scheming while I was transferring $50,000? "Actually," I said, pulling out my phone, "this timing is perfect." "What do you mean?" she asked. "Since you want everything separate, I withdrew my name from the house deal yesterday." Silence. Diane spoke first. "What do you mean, withdrew?" "I contacted the escrow company and backed out. Since you hadn't deposited your share and were not married, I got my $50,000 back." Claire's face paled. "You can't do that." "Did it yesterday. Here's the email confirmation." George's tone hardened. "But we already sent Claire the money." "Then she can buy the house alone. Her credit, her funds, her house. Simple, right?" "I can't get a $420,000 loan on my income," she said, her voice climbing. "Then find a cheaper place." "But we signed the agreement." "You signed. I withdrew. You've got 72 hours to deposit your share, or you lose the house and the $5,000 earnest money." Diane stood. "This is coercion." "No, This is me honoring Claire's request for separate finances. Claire was panicking. I need your $50,000. The loan was based on both our incomes. But you just said, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. That's for after we're married. So you want my money now, but protection from my debts later? George tried to assert control. You're going to fix this, young man.
No, I'm not. Claire wants financial independence. She's got it. Claire started crying. The seller will sue us. They'll sue you. My name's off the documents. Your signatures are still there. The table erupted. Diane called me heartless. George threatened legal action. Claire sobbed about her dream home. I stood. Thanks for dinner, Claire. Let me know what you decide about the house. You've got about 68 hours. I left and drove home. My phone exploded. 39 texts in an hour. I ignored them. Later, a mutual friend told me Claire had been boasting to her friends about her genius prenup plan. She'd bragged about getting me to cover most of the house while shielding her family's money. She'd even called me a bank with a proposal. Well, this bank just shut down. Update 1. The desperation turned comical. Claire couldn't secure a $420,000 loan on her $65,000 salary. She tried banks, brokers, even sketchy lenders. Best she could get was $200,000. The house was gone, along with the $5,000 earnest money. Her parents were livid, not at her, but at me. George showed up at my workplace Monday morning. You cost us $35,000, the $30,000 gift plus the earnest money. I cost you nothing. I backed out of a purchase before marriage, which I'm allowed to do. You knew she couldn't afford it alone. Then she shouldn't have demanded separate finances. That's not what she meant. It's exactly what she said. I showed him her text. Everything's separate, clean and simple. What's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. He tried to snatch my phone. Security escorted him out. Tuesday, Claire sent her friend Tara to mediate. We met at a cafe. She's open to a compromise, Tara said. A prenup, but the house is joint. That's not a compromise. That's what she wanted from the start. No, she's giving up some things like sharing streaming subscriptions. I laughed. Streaming subscriptions? She wants my $50,000 for a house, but offers Hulu access? You're being unfair. I'm being consistent. Separate is separate. She loves you. She called me a bank with a proposal. Tara flushed. Who told you that? Doesn't matter. It's true, isn't it? She mumbled about girl talk and left. Wednesday, Claire went public, posting online about how her dream home was taken by a man intimidated by a strong, independent woman. The comments weren't kind. Wait, you wanted a prenup but expected him to pay more for the house? Separate finances but joint property? That's not how it works. A coworker even commented, "Didn't you say you were getting him to fund most of it?" The post was deleted in 2 hours. Thursday was wild. Her parents invited me to dinner to resolve things maturely. I suggested a neutral restaurant instead. They agreed. George brought a slideshow. Here's our plan, he said. You and Claire buy a house. You put in $50,000. We give $30,000, but it's 50-50 ownership. So I pay 62% but own 50%? It's about building a life together with separate finances, as Claire demanded. Diane tried guilt. Don't you love her? Don't you want her happy? I wanted a partner. She wanted a financier. That's not love. Claire finally snapped. You embarrassed me. Everyone knows you bailed on the house. You embarrassed yourself with that green-up stunt. It was for our protection. No, it was for your protection while using my money. That money is nothing to you. That money is 3 years of saving, skipping trips, living frugally. But to you, it's nothing because I have it and you want it. George tried one last pitch. What if we repay you over time? Repay me for what? I didn't give you anything for your share of the house. What house? The one we didn't buy? The one Claire couldn't afford? They stormed out. Friday, I got a letter from Claire's lawyer claiming $50,000 for detrimental reliance and breach of promise. My lawyer laughed for a solid 5 minutes. He responded, 1. No money was exchanged between us. 2. Withdrawing from a purchase before marriage isn't a breach. 3. Her texts prove she wanted separate finances. 4. Detrimental reliance requires reasonable expectation, and expecting someone to fund a house while demanding separation isn't reasonable. Haven't heard from her lawyer since. Update 2. Things got absurd. Claire spurred a story that I'd financially manipulated her, claiming I'd sabotaged her dream home. She omitted the prenup ambush. Her friends, book club, yoga crew, even her stylist messaged me to do the right thing. I kept it simple. She wanted separate finances. She got them. Then she made a mistake. She went to my mom, a retired family court judge who's seen it all. Claire tried tears and sob stories. Mom called me later. That girl's a piece of work. She said she wanted to protect herself while building a future with your money. Does she listen to herself? What did you tell her? That she's lucky you stayed this calm. I've seen men lose more to worse in my courtroom. Claire didn't stop. She found a smaller house, $250,000, in a rougher area, and texted me, found a sweet starter home, you put in $30,000, I'll do $20,000. Fresh start. We're not together anymore, Claire. What, over one argument? Over you showing your true colors. She showed up at my place that night with her parents and a realtor clutching listings. We can tour tomorrow, she said, as if nothing had happened. Claire, we're done. The wedding's canceled. That's when it sunk in. You're serious? Over a house? Over your prenup scheme, over calling me a bank with a proposal, over using me while protecting yourself. George stepped in. Listen here, sir. You're trespassing. Leave or I call the police. Diane sobbed. We gave her that money for your future. You gave her money. What she does with it is her problem. The realtor, visibly awkward, tried to slip away. Claire grabbed her. Show him the listings. I shook my head. The realtor bolted. Claire lost it. I did everything right. I was securing our future. You were securing your future with my money. That's what smart women do. Then be smart with someone else's money. They left after more yelling. Neighbors saw it all. Building management sent me a warning about disturbances. I sent them security footage of 3 people forcing their way in and lingering outside my door. They issued Claire a trespass notice. Final update. The fallout was ridiculous. Claire tried to keep the wedding venue, hoping I'd relent. She sent me an invoice for half the deposits, $18,000. I sent back her everything separate texts. She lost those deposits too, another $16,000 gone. Her parents had paid, thinking we'd patch things up. The engagement ring became a saga. She refused to return it, claiming I disgraced her. Legally, in our state, an engagement ring is a conditional gift. No marriage, no ring. She still wouldn't budge. I got my lawyer involved. She returned it, but had swapped the diamond for a fake. I'd had it appraised before giving it to her and after getting it back. Caught her. Her parents threatened to sue over the swap. I threatened theft charges. The real ring came back fast. Here's the karma. That $30,000 her parents gave her, IRS gift tax rules apply. Since it was to her, not us, and exceeded the annual exclusion, they owed about $4,000 in taxes. Plus, Claire had to pay income tax, around $6,000. Since she couldn't prove it was for a home purchase, no house was bought, their $30,000 gift cost them nearly $40,000 and got them nothing.
Claire's now living with her parents. She lost her apartment after giving notice, expecting to move into the house. She still posts about overcoming betrayal and thriving despite toxic men. A friend showed me her new dating profile, seeking a real man who isn't scared of a successful woman. Must be financially secure and generous. Apparently, she mentions prenups, but expects guys to cover dates, dinners, and trips. They bail. One guy reportedly said, "You want a funder, not a husband." Tara, the friend who mediated, apologized. She didn't know about the bank with a proposal comment or Claire's months-long plan to get me to fund the house, then prenup to protect her share of the equity. The house we were going to buy sold for $400,000 below asking. We could have had a steal, but we was never real. It was always me bankrolling her vision while she shielded herself. My mom nailed it. She wanted a sponsor, not a spouse. Thank God you saw it before the wedding. I'm doing all right. I invested that $50,000 and it's up 8%. Dating's not on my mind yet, but when it is, I'll look for a true partner. Someone asked if I regret my actions. My only regret is not spotting her game earlier. The signs were there. Her, "You got this," when bills arrived, planning pricey trips and expecting me to pay, saying, "What's the point of a boyfriend with money if he doesn't spend it?" I thought she was joking. She wasn't. She wanted my funds, not my future. My wealth, not my worries. My assets, not my debts. She wanted, "What's mine is mine. What's yours is ours." Instead, she got what she demanded: total financial independence from me. Permanently. Edit. Yes, the prenup talk happened. Yes, she said those things in front of her parents. No, I don't think prenups are inherently bad. They can protect both sides. But using one to trick your partner while spending their money, that's just low.